Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries only, for I channel messages for Aries only. Today, we are doing a twin flame reading to see what's going on for Aries twin flames. Your twin flame is an Aries. Whoever is an Aries here, doesn't matter. Or you have like a lot of Aries in your chart, or the title jumped out at you, whatever, but if you're here, there's probably a message for you. So what's going on? Oh, okay. We have, sacred sexuality. Interesting, with release going on here. So maybe we've been feeling the burn for each other lately or something like that. There's questions of sexuality in the body and things like that. But I'm just going to try to get all the oracles here out on the table. So I'm going to do your side here, like the feminine side here and the masculine side here. And I'm just going to fix these. So let's see, what's the feminine's energy towards the masculine right now? Okay. What's the feminine energy towards the masculine? We have a new beginning, a new adventure awaits, embrace it and live your dreams passionately. And then it says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. How about for the masculine towards the feminine? How's the masculine? Okay, we have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And then on the bottom of the deck, it says for the masculine, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So I feel like, honestly, just real quick, I'm going to say, I feel like the masculine needs to lighten up, or they're like trying to lighten up kind of. I feel like the feminine has kind of gotten tired of the space maybe that there's been, and is kind of wanting like some physical contact. I feel like there's something about physical contact here. Maybe the masculine, for example, is like dealing with heavy emotions of like guilt and things like that, but lately something has changed, or like is changing now, or will soon change, you know what I mean? Like that's like the vibe that I'm getting, where it's gonna almost be this sense of like with these emotions can distort your perception and cloud your vision in order to see things clearly. I feel like the masculine wasn't able to see things as clear. Maybe they were very confused. But then it's almost like laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember that love is the greatest healer. So maybe the masculine is just like remembering the times that you guys have had together, and it's just almost like for whatever reason something triggered them to remember. Like, could be that they heard a song. Oh, I shuffled a song. It was Hey Jealousy by the Gin Blossoms. What a great song. Oh my God. And that song, what is it about? Do you think it'd be all right if I could just crash here tonight? No shape for driving, got no place to go. I don't know if I'm saying this out of order, but it might not be that bad. You were the best I ever had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, might not be alone. But it's something about like, oh, like they were like hanging out, like let's like continue, like let's you were the best I ever had kind of a thing. Like it just fit, it just worked. If I hadn't blown it, so there's some acknowledgement on someone's part that they've blown it. But then that song's called Hey Jealousy, so I don't know where that kind of comes into play. That's just like the chorus of the song. But if let's not do the wrong thing, and I swear it might be fun. Like I feel like your masculine, if you're the feminine watching, could be thinking like, could be trying to like wonder why do I like mess this up when it feels so right when I'm like together? Like even like if you've had sex, I feel like there was something more, or they imagine there would be something more if you like haven't had sex yet. And it's just like, there's just something there. Like maybe like it felt like a big release for them or something like that. Like if you did end up having sex, but if you haven't been physical yet, they just are like craving that release. They feel like it would be like such a release here. But let's see what else we can get. How is the feminine feeling towards the masculine? We have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. We have hand of cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. I feel like the feminine feels pretty like chill, and they're like they're stable, like this is saying, and like let's take a chance kind of a thing. But let's see. New beginning. I feel like if there was going to be a new beginning, it's like the feminine wants to have fun, a new adventure awaits, live your dreams passionately, but she doesn't want it to be, she wants stability. You know what I mean? Something stable, something, obviously, something permanent. This is permanence, you know? Like an earth energy. She doesn't want it to just be fire. Like, you know, what's up? Healing heart. What about for the masculine? What's he feeling towards the feminine right now? What's going on? What's the masculine feeling towards the feminine? Engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. So maybe he's like on the same page here. Like, it's kind of the same vibe of like adventure, but stability, like playfulness, but commitment, eternity, completion, union. It's, again, it's that, okay, why are these so like not centered? I can't with this. Let's try to like do that. Fix that. I'm sorry. I feel like I should have somehow figured this out before we started. But yeah, so I always like look at it later when I'm watching it, like how could I not fix that? Sorry. But yeah, and then look, ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. I feel like the masculines like kind of like learn from their mistakes. They're like looking back on their time with you and kind of like the whole picture of what's gone on. And obviously engagement ring, I feel like there is a separation here. So I'm not like getting an actual proposal necessarily, but it's like they're contemplating like their future. Like, and the fact that we have playfulness, I like that we have both of these, because it's like, it's not just like, oh, I want to like get down and dirty. Like it's like, I want to like put a ring on it too. You know what I mean? Like I want to make a promise. Like when I see a ring, I think of like a promise ring. I think of like a promise. That's what an engagement ring is. It's a promise that like, we're gonna like be together, like you're spoken for basically. So it's like, I feel like the only reason they're entertaining this though is because laughter is the best therapy. Like something about you is like therapeutic to them. Like it feels like, like it's just like a feeling. And it's like that whole like distorted perception, clouding their vision. Like they couldn't see clearly. Something made them feel in such a way, I think, that they were able to like cut through the confusion and just be like, no, like it was like therapeutic. It was like not cathartic, because I feel like cathartic is when you get something out, and this was like something coming in that was like, like just like a healing vibe, like, you know, maybe like very healing. Let's see, let's get some of these messages. Ooh. What would the feminine want to say to the masculine? Or disagreement, I wish you understood how I feel. With ego, I let my pride get in the way of our connection. And for the masculine, destiny, I'm struggling to find the right path. With gossip, I'm afraid of what other people will think. So yeah, this masculine is definitely like thinking about their life as a whole and kind of like planning out their future. I'm struggling to find the right path. I feel like they were, and then something kind of happened to make it a little more clear for them, like at least like what they want. Maybe they haven't figured out the how yet. Maybe they know where they want to go, and now they're like looking for like the right road, you know. It's like that kind of a vibe. But it's like they know where they want to go though. And I feel like it's just like when they say like when you have an addiction, like admitting you have an addiction is the hardest part. Like figuring out what you want is like the main part here. Once you do that, it's kind of like a little bit easier. Do I want to get one of these, or do I want to get these? Well, I was drawn to this. Let's just do this. That was the feminine feeling towards the masculine right now. Yeah. The tarantula. Okay. It's a fire energy. With the cobra, another fire energy. And how is the masculine feeling? A hawk. Okay. With the bat. Interesting that we have two like winged creatures and then two kind of like on the ground, like whatever, slithery kind of creatures. But again, I feel like that's more so due to the hawk meaning the masculine, sort of leaning, like looking at their picture, like their destiny, their past, their present, their future. Destiny is like the future, like the hawk is like looking that way, towards their future and things like that. I feel like they have been thinking about the past, but it's almost like something that they felt about the past really made them feel very sure about what they want in their future moving forward. The hawk, I know, is like a pretty spiritual animal. And a lot of times these bird cards talk about having like a bird's eye view. I'm trying to see if I have the book right here. I do. I like, oh, I just, whatchamacallit, open to that cobra. It says pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. So maybe the feminine's kind of like, you know, like I'll wait and see if something real comes along, but like I'm not gonna like just put all my eggs in one basket. Or maybe they're remembering some like disagreements that there were in the past, feeling like this masculine and them just didn't understand each other for whatever reason, or that the masculine didn't understand how they felt or didn't show respect or something like that with the disagreements. Maybe they felt it was very difficult to like talk to this masculine. Okay, so let's see what this tarantula says for the feminine. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follows intuition. When out of balance, hesitates and over-intellectualizes. So I feel like this feminine has recently come to a point where they realize, like, kind of like what the masculine was feeling, like something, how I was saying, like something came in and made them feel like very healing. I feel like the feminine almost has that same sort of a feeling of like this is my soul's call. Like I'm getting a sense of like my life's purpose has to do with this person. Even like the sacred sexuality, I want to read that too. I hope you guys don't get annoyed when I like read the stuff out of the book too much, but I feel like it's, especially this deck here, I feel like the word, like what they write is like very deep and like meaningful. Like I get a lot out of it personally, but sorry if you don't feel the same. Actually, I don't even know where the book is, but I feel like I saw it earlier today when I was like cleaning up. Hold on, let me just see if it's here. No, where is it? I 100% saw it and thought I would put it in this basket. Oh no, I think I thought it was that book and it's not. All right, well maybe we can't read it and maybe we're not meant to. Maybe there was something in there that would like confuse me. Let me just look real quick one more time. Yeah, no, I don't see it. All right, we're just gonna like let it go. But unless I like actually see it and then I'll like just read it. But okay, so forget that. Let's look at the hawk. Oh, I just saw it. No, this is like, okay. Ooh. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. Look at this, sees clearly. That's when it's in balance. And I feel like that's like what happened is like something like, right, something happened to make this hawk like have a new perspective, like just like fly into the light, like come out of the murkiness and just be like, you know what, like I know what I have to do, or like I know what I want, like this is right for me, whatever. And this is intuitive too. It's like there's a lot of like the masculine and the feminine like being on the same page here. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. So I feel like before they were like focusing on like details of the past, and then like there was like this more broad sense of like I'm just so happy when I think of this person, or when I think of our memories or something like that. When I see, what's that song? When I see you smile, I can face the world. Like I hate that song. I think it's like the corniest, stupidest song ever, but like not like they feel like that, but like something like that, like where it's like they feel corny about you right now. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. So yeah, they had a complete like perspective shift. The out of balance energy is he's too much and suspicious. So I feel like it was almost like they were like doubting themselves, doubting their feelings, maybe even just like beating themselves up. I'm like really upset that I can't find this book, like I'm not gonna lie. Let me get a hawk's eye view and like stand up and look at this table, but I don't think it's here. But where would I have put it, guys? Like, this is sad. But all right. Oh, Leo, I'm sorry, honey. I was like looking for something else today, so I like tore this whole desk like table apart, and then like now I was a little too vigorous here because like now I can't find like what I really need. But all right, let it go. So let's move on, I guess, to the tarot. Did we cover everything? I mean, I feel like we get the gist, right? Like, what am I saying? I feel like we get the gist about like, it's just like, I feel like this is like coming into alignment with each other. And the feminine is kind of like, I mean, sometimes like I feel like the feminines like try to have faith in this, but like, are we just too different? Like, I guess I'll believe it when I see it. I do want to like be open to this, but at the same time, like, I don't know if this really has staying power. Like, there are some doubts here on the feminine's end. More so the masculines like having this whole like perspective shift where they're like, oh my God, like they see the light or something like that. So, all right, let's get tarot. Let's get it for the feminine. What is the feminine's thoughts towards the masculine right now? Ten of Swords. Coming out over a new beginning. I feel like they're ready to like let the past go. Six of Wands in reverse with the Three of Swords. I feel like they don't care. Like, it's almost like I'm getting a sense of like, I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. Like, I don't care if I like look stupid. Like, I'm not doing this like out of ego. Because remember we had that ego on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like I'm out of my egoic wants for this connection. Like, maybe they used to feel like I like the way we would look together, or like I want to like have this person, like almost like coming from a place of insecurity. Like, I feel like if I was with this person, people would like respect me, or like people would see that like I'm not that bad. Like, maybe if it's you or whatever, like if you're the feminine, like you felt like this person would give you a sense of like stability in your life. Maybe you've been stabbed in the back a lot by like people in life, and you felt like this was almost like going to be your reward, but there was some ego attached to it where you felt like you wanted people to like see that you could like snag like this masculine energy here. Maybe you feel like your person's like a prize or something like that, and it hurt on a lot of different levels when things didn't work out between you. And that's where like all the growth came in, because you had to kind of like cultivate those feelings for yourself, and that was what your journey was like about, you know what I mean? And I feel like with the palm tree there is growth indicated, but almost like a happier growth. It's like a palm tree like in Hawaii or wherever, like somewhere tropical, where it's like, you know, we're growing in like a fun way. So I feel like you're really getting out there. Maybe you're like cultivating friendships and fun times for yourself, kind of a thing. How are they feeling? Like the Page of Wands and the Star. Yeah, I feel like there is a more positive spin here. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Swords. Like, there is like that clarity, same thing like the masculine had here, where it's like a more positive outlook and excitement. A feeling like, again, like I have my emotions, but I want to keep one foot on the ground. I kind of don't want to get carried away here and just like a fantasy. Like, I want to have like my feet on the ground. I want to be open. I want to be vulnerable with this person. But I can't like lose touch with reality and just get swept up in a fantasy. Like, I do have like stars in my eyes, but like I have my feet on the ground as well, like kind of a feeling. Like, the feminine is making sure to keep herself stabilized in her own life. Maybe she's prone to fantasies, things like that. So it's like, it's because embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So I feel like she is still allowing herself to dream, but she's also making sure that she's like, again, got her feet on the ground. Like, there's definitely a vibe. What are the intentions here? Six of Cups with the Ace of Cups. I mean, this looks good. Look at the Tower on the back of the deck. I feel like the feminine is ready for a complete emotional overhaul in this connection. Like, she intends to be open to that. She wants to like accept this cup, and accept, like, it's something about how like this innocent, like this purity, and again, remember how I was saying she's ready to like let the past go. Like, okay, let like the past burn, like let it burn, let it die, let it just, it happened, it's a cycle and it's over. Like, you know what I mean? I'm ready for an emotional renewal here. I'm ready to come into emotional harmony. Like, she still believes in it. With the star, it's almost like I still have hope. I still believe that it's possible. Maybe at one point she thought there was too much damage. Because this is here, the Three of Swords was here. There was like real pain here, like for sure. Like, this isn't like the feminine being like la la la, like that never happened, like let me pretend like that never happened. Like, this isn't like the feminine like sticking her head in the sand. Like I was saying, this is the feminine being realistic, but being realistic about the love and like being in line with her dharma. Like, and maybe that's what this is about, because maybe she feels like people in her life will be like, oh really, this person? And she's just kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying that we'll like maybe get married and live together forever, but like, this is my person and they'll always be my person and I'll always follow. Oh my God. How does that song go? I'll always only follow the path that leads me to you, baby. Always. Celine Dion, Miles to Go Before I Sleep. Like, it's that kind of a vibe. Like, that song is probably like how the feminine feels, where yeah, the journey is long. I've been through a lot with you. Like, with these 10 swords, it's like we've been through so much. I've learned so much about myself, but that's why this feminine feels like it's in line with like her intuition and her soul's dharma, because of the growth that has happened. This feminine is able to like recognize that like without this connection, without these triggers, without this pain, like this growth couldn't have happened. Growing pains, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that Billy Myers Kiss the Rain? I noticed that in my car today because it was like playing and it was like on the little screen in my car and it said growing comma pains. And I remember being like, why is there a comma? Like there's growing, there's pains. I don't know. I just like thought that was like an errant thought that I had earlier today. And I'm thinking about it now, where it's like, it's not always just the pain. Like, there is like happy growth too. Like, there is some painful growth, but there is happy growth here. And there's a sense of, the feminine has the same, okay, like my sleeve is like caught on my necklace. Okay. The feminine has like the same sense of the masculine, of like seeing that the innocence, this sort of like childlike, this playfulness, this laughter is the best therapy, this like soul food that this like masculine provides, is not something that is easy to come across. And it's like not something that she could just easily dismiss, like as like something like, oh, like this person effed me over. Like, there's more to the story, like, if that makes sense. This isn't something that's easily dismissed. So let's see, let's check in with the masculine here. What's the masculine thinking about the feminine? Oh, the Hanged Man with the Empress. Interesting, because this is a number 3. Number 12 reduces to a 3. So it's like 3-3. I feel like this masculine is a very similar vibe. Like, this is Piscean energy and then Venus energy. The Piscean energy can be like a daydreamy, but also like they're seeing things clearly from another perspective. This Empress could be representative of you with this engagement ring. It is somebody that they want to build a future with, somebody that they maybe are realizing their behavior with the Knight of Wands. Obviously, I always think of like the Player card. Here's the 3 of Cups, kind of treating like someone who could be your forever person, like in a little more like casual manner, maybe with not as much respect with the Knight of Wands being here. Whew, I don't know why I'm so out of breath. But with the Hanged Man, it's like this person that spent a lot of time thinking. This and the Hawk are really lining up for me, where it's like, wow, like they're kind of seeing, I'm not really getting like I'm seeing the error of my ways, but I'm taking a realistic look at the way I treated somebody that like could have been a true partner for me, like a true companion, like a true part of my future here. And it's like something has happened where like I feel like the love that they felt for you, it's like their heart that's expanding, I want to say. How are they feeling towards you? This is like a more of like a major moment, I feel like, for the masculine, just as the fact we already have 2 major arcanas and you only had 1. but okay. They're feeling the King of Pentacles. Again, that they are kind of like ready to like take a more serious stance in this connection, with the Moon in reverse and the Queen of Swords. It's maybe they're the Moon in reverse. But again, to me, I'm almost getting that in like a positive way, where it's like the clarity or the confusion is going. Because a lot of times I feel like the Moon upright isn't really a great card to get. It's like things that are hidden, blah, blah, blah. It's like almost reminding me of the Hanged Man, the way it's like upside down. So it's like I've taken a look at like a lot of things that maybe I didn't want to take a look at in the past, especially like their own behavior. And it's like going from like the Knight of Wands to the King of Pentacles is like quite a transition and quite a leap. And I feel like it took them a long time to get here, or maybe they could still be in the process of trying to get here, but they got here by finally like facing the truth. And he's looking right at this Moon card in reverse. So it's like I feel like he finally was able to take a look at some things that he didn't want to face in the past or something like that. Let me just clarify this quick. What is this saying for how he's feeling? The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. We had the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck earlier. It's like I feel like they're hoping to like, again, they're like looking at the past, but it's like almost with the Moon in reverse, it's not like packing that much of a punch anymore, where it's like distorting their perception. Like that's in the back. It's like they're ready to like move on from it. They're ready to like, they've like gone into this healthy way of like looking at things where they're gonna like take what they've learned, but like leave the rest. Does that make sense? Like I've talked about this once, when you like distill roses, like to make rose water, like the steam distillation process, and like you put the rose water and it like comes up, it like condenses and then falls back into the bowl. So when you're done, you have all these like nasty, like discolored rose petals that look brown. They're like disgusting. But you have like the nicest smelling rose water, and it's clear. It takes all the color out so you can like spray it on your face or whatever. But it's like almost like they're leaving all the like the dirty rose petals behind, and they're just taking their like nice rose water now. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like they're looking at it in a healthy way, where they're like not letting it distort their perception or break their concentration or their clarity. What are their intentions? We have the Tower and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like to break out of their habit of like, I feel like with the Tower, they want to like break out of that habit. Like I'm seeing that as like a positive thing. With the King of Swords, their own thought processes here, their own fears of like holding on, kind of. Justice. Yeah, they want to like continue with this clarity. I'm seeing like how here there's like the two swords, and here it's justice with one sword, and then the scales. It's like obviously like you need to be logical, you need to have like a clear point of view, but like you don't need to block off your emotions and turn away from them. I feel like they're like embracing their emotions. It's like they blew the top off of everything they were afraid to look at, because almost this and this looks the same to me. Like whatever happened, just sort of like everything kind of came out. I'm getting a sense like it all came up with the Moon in reverse as well. I'm getting that same sense. And again, look at all these major arcanas, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's like 3 water major arcanas. This is Scorpio, this is Cancer, and this is Pisces. So we have all the water signs present, plus this Venus energy. We have Libra energy, which is ruled by Venus as well here. So it's almost like they're really, I'm getting something about like their values. Like they feel like they kind of went against their own emotional values in the way that they treated you. And I feel like they're getting there. Like the King of Pentacles is a lot more compatible with an Empress than a Knight of Wands, like for example, you know. And it's like they want to continue to like become more of a person that you can deserve. And yes, I know the King of Pentacles can speak of finances and things like that, but, and that could be the case that they're doing really well for themselves in that way, but I don't think that's exactly how they're seeing it. They're seeing it as they want to be like a dependable stand-up, commitment, eternity. Like they want to promise, be able to like live up to their word and their commitments. Like, you know, I'm seeing it more as like their words and their promises, and they want you to be able to depend on them. It's not like, oh, I want to be able to financially provide for you. I mean, maybe they do want to make you comfortable. I am seeing her like, you know, like laying on these soft pillows and things like that. So maybe they do want to kind of like pamper you a little bit and make you feel special, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll let them. Sacred sexuality, like that to me is like showing you how much you mean to them, really taking the time to like show you their appreciation and things like that. So I feel like there is a little bit of that going on, but their intentions are to kind of like break out of these habits and break this stuff wide open and realize that like they were kind of an imposter before, maybe trying to be like a big man in a way, because I always think of Jess Puckett being like the Emperor wannabe with like the Four of Pentacles. And it's almost like they're like, you know what, like I wasn't fooling anybody, like I was only fooling myself, like I need to like let this go, and just like, it's like that's where they've come to this realization of like what really makes them happy. They've really like gotten down deep into it with the Moon and the Tower and the Hanged Man. They've really like delved deep into themselves here. Their emotions were triggered by something, maybe by a separation between the two of you, or maybe just events in their own life here. But I feel like this is pretty beautiful. And it's like you're almost on the same page, because this was the back of the deck energy for you, and like they have that energy, like was one of their last cards here. So it's almost like they're getting there, like you guys are coming into alignment here. So let's see, how should we ask? Like what's coming up next for this connection? Do we want to know that? Let's see. Let's say in the next month. What's coming up next? Even if it's just vibes, like I just want to get an idea of like what can we expect next, like overall. Let me just see like what you can see. Oh, I have room down here. Oh. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And again, like with that moon in reverse, and this is like a new moon in Cancer, there's like this new emotional start. Yeah, we've released a lot of negativity. Now we're gonna have like this new start, like this. And again, oh, we have that thing of like security, that that vibe of like with stability, security, commitment. It's almost like that's like emotional security here. That's like something that's coming in. And now we have Taurus energy. Your dreams need a practical plan. I almost said I was getting Taurian energy with the permanence and the endurance, and this is a Taurus energy as well. It's like that's what they're kind of searching for. That's what they're trying to like, I almost said procure, but I feel like it's not something you procure. It's something that you like become. And it's like this is what they're struggling to find, the right way, like the right plan, the right step to take. What do you need to release? And there was release on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that's part of their plan, is figuring out how they can kind of keep this from happening again. I feel like that's what's coming up next. Some more release. And then look, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. And let me just get one more. What's coming up? No, do I really need to? I'll just like move these so they're like kind of centered. I feel like that's fine. And then we have the new moon in Pisces on the bottom of the deck too. So it's like we have this new, like the same kind of vibe that I'm getting, where it's like an earth and water vibe, where it's like a new emotional start, but also something practical, like something you can feel, something that you can see and touch. Let's not do the wrong thing, and I swear it might be fun. Is this even the right song? I don't even know if that's part of Hey Jealousy. That might be Follow You Down by the Gin Blossoms, but I don't know. I would like maybe listen to both of those songs. And like, you know what? Follow You Down by the Gin Blossoms. It's like a song. It's like the song at the end of like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, when she's like, I'm moving and I got mine, you know, now they broke up. So she has to move to another city, of course, and change her whole life for a guy she dated for 10 days. Like, I mean, whatever. It's a movie. I love it. Can't get enough. But like, anyway, so there she is about to leave and he's chasing her down. You know, it's that like, you know, quintessential, like, you know, romantic comedy, let me go get the girl, like kind of a song. Like, I feel like that song is like perfect for that scene. And I feel like that's like the vibe that they're in, where they just like want to almost like come be like, hey, I've learned my lesson, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, they probably won't be chasing you on like a motorcycle through like Manhattan, but you never know, I guess. I don't know what your situation is. All right, so let's get messages. Let's see what they would want to say. I'm going to get some of these, and then I'll get some of that Message of Love Oracle deck. So we'll get like some of my homemades, and then we'll get some of the other ones. Okay, so what would the masculine want to say? Oh my God, look, sometimes the path to you is straightforward, and sometimes it's a complicated mess. I think we're just going to take that one, but oh, this one flipped too. I'm starting to understand why things had to happen the way they did with this hawk. Maybe they're like, again, they're kind of seeing the purpose of everything here. All right. I feel like I saw that one before too. The way you believe in the goodness of life after what you've been through is so inspiring. So I feel like they really admire you. They're clearly like inspired. Okay. Okay, come on. Oh my God. Okay, you're my perfect match in every way. What else would they want to say? Oh, You're such a hard worker. And maybe that's, it's like with that, I'm kind of getting that same values thing where they feel like you're like cut from the same cloth and like you just would be, you're the only one I could commit to. Duh, Big Sean. But, oh, you're so pure. Like, again, with the Six of Cups, but it's like you're feeling that too. So I feel like you're both like on the same page here where it's like you have such a healing presence. You're feeling like these healing, pure vibes of like, and you're just like, you know what? Like, why am I pretending like I don't think this person is the one or something like that? Love scares me. And I think that's clear. And that's sort of like they're trying to like recognize their fears and like let go of like that's like the negativity. Look, I can see clearly now. That was like a vibe of this whole reading. That they're able to sort of see things differently now. Have some sort of perspective shift. You do nice things just to be nice and not so other people will applaud you. Again, they just like think you're such a good-hearted person, and I feel like it's something like that like made the decision. Maybe they saw some sort of evidence of like, oh, I'm thinking of that song Angel by John Cicada, where it's like your eyes shine like an angel, the spirit that won't let me go, where it's almost, again, it's kind of like that same vibe of like, I just know it in my soul. I can feel, I know who you are. Like, you're such a good person. Maybe you are a great cook and I don't know, or maybe they just can imagine your life together again. Like, you'll both work hard, you'll both cook and clean together. Like, I don't know, they feel like you guys are like pretty equally, yeah, you're my perfect match. They could see your life together. But anyway, that song Angel, where it's like, I tried to forget you. I feel like they did try to forget you and they tried to like move on from this just like I think you did, and it just didn't really work out. I feel like things are coming at me from all sides and I feel like you hate me. So we had the Queen of Swords. I love how you're not scared of anything and maybe even like telling them off. So I feel like the fears they're not letting the fear like dictate what they're going to do anymore. They're more so in an energy of like, okay, like I'm recognizing that I'm scared. Like they're not being like, they're not like lying to themselves, but they're like, I need to find a practical plan. I need to come up with a way to, like, I don't know, conquer these fears or like, you know, basically like act in spite of them. Like they're not like denying their fears are there. I feel like they know that they have to fix something though. They feel like they have to like, there's some work ahead, you know, their hard work is paying off. They feel like there's like more hard work ahead or something like that. Let's get these and then we will close out the reading. Long ass reading. I don't even look at the timer and I'm afraid to look. Let me look. Oh, 37. All right. I feel like I've had longer ones. Anything else the masculine want to say? Any last words? Unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. I mean, yes, I would say. Look, new chapter. I am trying to move on. I feel like they are trying to move on from, and so are you with this Ten of Swords. It's like you both want to like let go of the past. Maybe that's you kind of coming through, like ego, that coming through again. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. I feel like this is more you, but it could be both of you just like mirroring each other or whatever. Secrets. I haven't told you everything. I feel like they just want, that's more so saying they want to like open up to you more and let's see, like give you what you feel, they feel you deserve. I left when things got hard, escape. And I feel like they're trying to like go over that in their mind and be like, why did that happen? What is that soul tie? I always feel connected to you. Like that's never gone away. Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. And I feel like maybe they have tried like sitting down and like penning you a letter or something like that. But maybe they feel like that's kind of like they want to actually like speak to you. They don't want to just send you a letter. Like who knows? Anything else? Unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. Again with the plans, like, and hope. I haven't given up on us yet. And that's cute. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. So it's like they are still figuring things out, but like the connection is still there. They're acknowledging like the way that they've maybe messed this up and that they want to fix things. Yeah, that the fact that that's coming out right over that. And, you know, this feels unfinished to them and they want to have a new chapter with you. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.